Hi, Garrett Christopher here. So this is part 3 of my Garrett's Movie Take, episode 1, and we're talking about the Blues Brothers. Well, to be honest, I haven't really talked about the Blues Brothers yet, and my daughter got on me. I had her watch the first two sections, the first two parts of this episode, and she's like, "Dad, this is not even a movie review. It's just you ranting and talking." So I promise I'll behave this time, and I'll try and improve. But I know I just kind of ramble. But okay, let's talk about it. Why do I think this is one of the top movies ever? Okay. Now, when I say ever, I'm not talking like top 10, although I think it might be in there. But top 100. Let's say 100. Okay. Top 100 movies. The Blues Brothers, I believe, fits in that category. Here's why. And here's why, if you have not seen it before, I need you to see it. I want you to check it out. So, entertainment value. From top to bottom, it is outstanding. From the very moment you get in there, as far as I think that for a movie experience to be engaging, you need a certain level of acting, definite dialogue script, right? Needs to be put together well. Music, whether it be just kind of sitting in the backdrop or like in this case, this is a musical, so it's definitely in the forefront. Plot, the whole storyline situation. And I think that a director that is able to put these things together so they make sense, because you can have great actors and you can have even a great storyline, but if things aren't, and even with the editing, that's important too, you know. It's really important to kind of put this all together and line up. So the director, and then you'll find a lot of times, just like with music, you have that record producer seems to always use that same engineer because they understand where they sit, right? Same thing here. And I think that John Landis, who is the director of this movie, I think used Mr. Folsey, I believe, as his main editor, just because they understood how many seconds that scene just kind of sat there, right? I am thinking about a number of scenes that John Landis will do where it's just a person's expression. I think he did it more in Coming to America, which we will talk about that one as well, where someone says something and it kind of creates a, "What did you just say?" moment. And then you pan to the other person, right, who's making that face. And it's like, how long should you just sit there? A second and a half, 2 seconds, whatever, you know? So that editor needs to get that, you know, as they're kind of on the cutting room floor. They need to get that. Very important. All of those kind of categories, all of those different segments for this movie hit right on. When John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd kind of, you know, started putting this idea together, they did a great job as far as just fitting the dialogue with the characters. And then you talk about the casting. You know, of course, they knew they were going to be in the movie, but did they know that John Candy was going to be in it? Possibly. Did they know that Carrie Fisher was going to be in it? I don't know. Did they know, you know, whoever, all on down the line, they knew they wanted Aretha Franklin. They knew they wanted James Brown. They knew they wanted Cab Calloway. They knew they wanted these people, but it's like, you know, what would they say in this situation? You know, when James Brown is portraying the preacher in the church, right? And this is where the idea comes down from heaven and hits John Belushi. It just envelops his body, right? And the mission from God begins. James Brown is the preacher there in that church. What's the sermon? What's he talking about? You know, and then the song choice for that. You know, just everything in there. It just seemed to me that there was a lot of care and a lot of just, you know, boardroom stuff. Guys sitting around a table, gals and guys sitting around a table talking about, what do we do here? What do we do? What's the best thing to say here? What would John say in this case? What would Dan say in this case? What would Cab say in this case? How would he present it? You know, how can you make it a point to where Cab, where does he get a time to shine? Where does that beautiful smile and that just style about him, how does that come about? How do we do that? Great. We'll have him do an opening number, you know, at the Palace, you know, a theater. Great, no problem. All those things on down the line. And I'll use this right here. I love it. It's like so simple, and maybe you don't think it's funny. Maybe you don't even know what I'm talking about here. Is it that way? Yeah. What I'm talking about. But they're there. Okay, so everyone is converging upon these two gentlemen, right? Because they've broken every law imaginable. And now they know they're going to be performing at the Palace Theater. So you have all these different, both, the police, and you've got the guys from the Good Old Boys coming to get them, and all these people converging, right? Well, John Candy's one of them. They decide to sit down. Should we get them right now? No, hold on. I never heard these boys sing before. Let's see what they've got. I'm paraphrasing. Love it. And during that time, you're trying to catch these criminals that are known for like all these crimes. Orange whip. 3 orange whips. Love it. Love it. And again, that's something John Candy would say as far as the actor, John Candy. By the way, we miss you, brother. So I just think that. So when you're putting these things together, it's like, here's a dialogue, but then don't choose an actor or actress that would never say that their character, their personification doesn't fit that mold. You know, Tom Cruise could not fit as far as the John Candy, placement, as far as that role. Just wouldn't do it. Love Tom Cruise, and actually he can be pretty funny sometimes, but it just wouldn't fit. John Candy was the one. And this is what John Candy would say right here. He wanted an orange whip at that moment. We're going to get these boys. They can't go anywhere. They're trapped. No problem. But guess what? I've never heard them sing before. I'm curious. Can they sing? Are they all that? And on top of it, while we're here, give me an orange whip. I love it. Again, these are things I just don't see it. In today's, and when I say today's, I'm talking 10, 15 years. This is 2021. So back to 2005, up to this point, I just don't see it. But on down the line, the soundtrack is great. So you get the music all the way through from just outstanding professionals, and the band that they have. These weren't just guys. These are real players that can play these instruments. So that was superb. Parts they had them play, things they had them say, outstanding. Ray Charles, I'm sorry, you got Ray Charles in there too. Come on. And if you can shake a tail feather in a movie, it's a pretty darn good movie. I'm coming up on time here. I might need a part 4. I'm going to need a part 4. But this is going to be away from the movie. So let me finish this up real fast. Here's my review of The Blues Brothers. For all those things that a movie needs to be a good movie. Casting, dialogue that fits the casting, the right producer, the right editor. That editor, that's a very key point to me. A really key point. I hate it when they cut a scene too soon, or why was that scene there, or what happened? Why didn't they put that, scene in there? Why didn't they make that, elongate that a little bit, type of thing. That's what she said. Anyway, so, all those things on the line, this is why I feel The Blues Brothers is one of the top movies of all time. Hey, thanks for checking in. I'm doing a part 4 because I got to tell you a story when I took a trip to Georgia. All right, so check in for that one. But this completes my review of The Blues Brothers. Thanks so much. GaretChrysler.com. Check it out. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon. All right. GoPro, stop recording. 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 I'll just turn you off.